Have you ever imagined flying from New York to London in just 1 hour? Or stepping onto a plane that flies without a pilot? What if future airplanes could fly without using fuel at all? Sounds impossible, right? But these things are already being worked on, and they could change the way we travel forever. Airplanes have changed a lot over the years. From the first small planes to massive jets that can carry hundreds of people, technology keeps making them better. But now, we are about to see something even more exciting. The next generation of airplanes will be faster, smarter, and greener than ever before. In this video, we will talk about 7 future airplanes that could change the world. Make sure to watch till the end because the last one is so fast that it could take you anywhere on the planet in just 2 hours.
On the cutting edge of aviation, the X-59 awaits. Ladies and gentlemen,
NASA is showing off its brand new supersonic.
Number 7. The Boeing Transonic Truss-Braced Wing. Boeing is one of the biggest airplane makers in the world. They are working on a new kind of airplane called the Transonic Truss-Braced Wing, TTBW. This plane has extra long, thin wings that are held up by braces underneath. The wings look very different from normal airplanes, but they help the plane use less fuel. Why does this matter? Fuel is one of the most expensive parts of flying a plane. The more fuel a plane uses, the more tickets cost for passengers. Boeing says this new plane could use 30% less fuel than today's airplanes. That means cheaper tickets and a cleaner planet. This plane is also designed to fly higher and faster than current commercial jets. If it works, it could become the standard for all future passenger airplanes. One of the biggest advantages of this design is its ability to reduce drag, which means smoother flights and less turbulence. Engineers have already tested models in wind tunnels, and the results are promising. If all goes well, this plane could take to the skies in the next decade. Number 6. Airbus ZEROe, the hydrogen-powered plane. Right now, almost all airplanes use fuel made from oil. But Airbus wants to change that with their ZEROe project. Instead of using normal fuel, this plane will run on hydrogen. Hydrogen is a very special fuel because it only creates water vapor when burned. That means zero pollution. If this plane becomes a reality, it could help fight climate change and make flying much greener. Airbus is designing 3 different types of hydrogen planes. One looks like a normal airplane, one has a very wide body, and the last one is a small propeller plane for shorter flights. The goal is to have these planes ready by 2035. If Airbus succeeds, this could be the start of a new era where airplanes no longer harm the environment. But there's a challenge. Hydrogen fuel needs to be stored at very low temperatures, and airports will need new infrastructure to handle it. However, Airbus believes that investing in this technology now will pay off in the long run by making flights cleaner and more sustainable. Number 5. The Flying V, a new way to build airplanes. Have you ever seen an airplane shaped like a giant letter V? That is exactly what the Flying V is. It is a completely new way to design airplanes. In this design, the passenger seats, cargo, and fuel tanks are all built into the wings. Because of this, the plane is much lighter and more aerodynamic. This means it will use 20% less fuel than today's best airplanes. Even though the Flying V looks different, it can still use normal airport runways and gates. That means airlines won't need to change airports to use this plane. The Dutch company TU Delft and KLM Airlines are working on making this plane a reality. If they succeed, it could change the way all future airplanes are designed. Another great feature of the Flying V is that it offers more comfort for passengers. The unique shape allows for better seating arrangements and larger windows. It could make long flights more enjoyable while saving fuel at the same time. Number 4. NASA's X-59 QueSST, the silent supersonic jet. One of the biggest problems with supersonic jets is the sonic boom. When a plane flies faster than sound, it creates a loud noise that can be heard on the ground. This is why the famous Concorde supersonic jet was banned from flying over land. But NASA has a solution, the X-59 QueSST. This plane is being designed to fly at Mach 1.4, about 925 miles per hour, without making a loud boom. Instead, it will create only a small thump sound. If this works, we could see a return of supersonic passenger flights. Imagine flying from Los Angeles to Tokyo in just 6 hours instead of 12. This could completely change long-distance travel. NASA is testing new aerodynamics and materials to make the plane quieter and more fuel-efficient. If successful, it could pave the way for a new generation of supersonic travel without the downsides. Number 3. The Celera 500L, the bullet plane. The Celera 500L looks like a bullet, and it flies like one too. This small private jet has a unique round shape that helps it move through the air with very little resistance. Because of this special design, the Celera 500L uses 80% less fuel than normal jets. It can also fly over 4,500 miles on just one tank of fuel. That means you could fly from New York to Los Angeles without stopping to refuel. This plane could change the private jet industry by making small planes cheaper, greener, and more efficient. Another interesting feature of the Celera 500L is its ability to take off and land on shorter runways. This means it could be used for regional travel, allowing passengers to fly directly to smaller cities without needing major airports. Number 2. The Stratolaunch Roc, the largest plane ever built. Have you ever seen an airplane with 2 fuselages and 6 jet engines? That is the Stratolaunch Roc, the biggest airplane ever built. It has a wingspan of 385 feet, 117 meters, longer than a football field. But why is it so big? The Roc is not designed to carry passengers. Instead, it is made to launch rockets into space from mid-air. This makes launching satellites cheaper and easier because the rocket does not need to take off from the ground. If space travel becomes common in the future, the Roc could play a big role in making it happen. Engineers believe that mid-air launches could reduce the cost of sending payloads into orbit. It could also make space missions more flexible by allowing launches from different locations around the world. Number 1. The Destinus hypersonic jet, the fastest plane ever. Now get ready for the most exciting airplane of the future, the Destinus hypersonic jet. This plane is not just fast, it is hypersonic, meaning it can fly at Mach 5 or more. That is over 7,000 miles per hour. At this speed, you could fly from New York to Sydney in just 2 hours. That's faster than any plane in history. The Destinus jet will use hydrogen fuel and will fly at very high altitudes, almost reaching space before coming back down. This makes it much faster and more efficient than normal airplanes. The future of airplanes is exciting. Which of these future planes do you like the most? Comment below. If you're curious to know about the biggest planes on this earth or the fastest passenger planes, click any of these videos and I'll see you in a moment.